Will Tua Tagovailoa win the Most Valuable Player award this season?
He's the MVP right now. He is 100% the MVP right now. The stats show it. That it's just. Did I believe it could happen at the beginning of the season? No. Nobody did. We weren't sure what to expect out of Tua. But the fact of the matter is, the Dolphins this season are 7-0 when Tua starts and finishes the game. In the last 3 games, 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. 2 players in NFL history have had 3 consecutive games with 275 pass yards, 3 pass touchdowns, and a 135 plus passer rating. 1999 Kurt Warner, who won the MVP, and 2022 Tua Tagovailoa. And I'm just going to address this before you get to do it. Tua, and this was his statistics last game, throwing to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. 9 receptions, 110 yards, and 1 touchdown. Tua throwing to everybody else, 17 receptions, 192 receiving yards, and 2 touchdowns. It's not just, he's got Tyreek, he's got Jalen Waddle, and that's, anyone could do it. No, Tua is just playing phenomenal football. Mike McDaniel is putting him in a good position, and he's getting the job done. 0 punts last game. The fact of the matter is, he's got the highest passer rating in NFL history by a third-year quarterback, 118.4. It's just unbelievable. 37.7% of Tua's passing yards this season are after the catch, the lowest percentage of any quarterback through week 10. He is not a yak guy. He is putting the ball where it needs to be. And people thought Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, it's going to be a bunch of yards after the catch. No, Tua is just doing his thing. He is first in pass touchdowns to interception ratio. He has 9.3 yards per attempt. He's first in touchdown percentage. He's first in QBR. He's first in net yards per attempt. You name a quarterback stat, Tua is pretty much number 1 in it right now. He is by far and away the MVP of the league. You can make the argument for Patrick Mahomes. You definitely can't make the argument for Josh Allen anymore. The only reason why it is not far, far, far and away Tua is because he's missed 3 games. If he didn't miss those 3 games, it would already be over. It would already be over. But even with him missing 3 games, it is his award to lose as of right now, in my opinion. The stats speak for itself. I don't see him slowing down. This team is a well-oiled offensive machine led by Tua Tagovailoa. Put some respect on his name. He's better than Justin Herbert. He's better than Joe Burrow. He is the best quarterback in the 2020 draft class, and that is it. Simple as that. He is him. MVP this man. MVP that man.
I can't deny any of the things that you just said.
Of course you can.
In every single
how could you?
Every category that a quarterback can have, Tua is either 1 or he's top 5, top 3 in every single quarterback category. He's taken the league by storm. But I do have to say, it still helps having Tyreek Hill, having his possibly record-breaking season, getting 2K yards, like 2K yards. Who's done that? Nobody. But I'm not gonna deny that, that Tua's, basically, if you take Tyreek out, Tua's just, like freaking just a guy. Tua has definitely proven that this team is his. There was talks of like, we might get Tom Brady, or Lamar, you don't want to resign that the Dolphins might plunge. There's no need realistically at this moment. There's no need, because just from how Tua's played, he's played outstanding. And I think at this moment, since Jalen Hurts dropped that game, I'd say it's completely it's Patrick Mahomes and Tua going for it. And I would edge it out to Tua at this moment.
Wow.
At this moment, yeah. It's just I can obviously behind closed doors I'm gonna give you shit about it because it's your team. But when it comes to it, Tua's been playing great. And there's a lot of people around, a lot of fans around the league that's just like, it's just so out of the blue, out of nowhere, that they're not willing to fold in and say Tua's a good, one of those top guys, that he's better than Joe Burrow, that he's better than, a lot of these top guys. I think Tua's a top 5 quarterback. Even if by the end of the season, we're going to have to see how he stacks up, next season and how he does, further on. But he cemented himself as a top 5 quarterback at this moment. And this was something that I told you jokingly before the season started, that you should just say that he's going to get MVP. You might as well. And you were like, no, I don't want to do that. And now, ironically enough, it's actually something that's an actual conversation.
I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it even as a Dolphins fan, I think I expected Tua to be really good because all things were pointing towards him being good. The addition of Mike McDaniel coming from the Kyle Shanahan system. I knew that this offense was going to be so dynamic. And then, you go out, you get Tyreek Hill. You already got Jalen Waddle. You got Raheem Mostert. You got Mike Gesicki. Then you go out in the trade deadline. You get Jeff Wilson Jr. And I just have to say, that was a trade deadline masterclass from Dolphins general manager Chris Grier. Because, oh my, Jeff Wilson, I'm not going to call him the best running back in the league or whatever, but he's a damn good running back. And he is doing his thing last game against the Browns, and he is going to continue to do his thing. Him and Raheem Mostert are going to be that duo for the Dolphins, and they can catch. They can get the ball on the ground. They can run between the tackles, outside. They can do it all. They can do exactly what is needed. And, I love the fact that, and you see this with, they stole this pretty much straight from the 49ers because it's Mike McDaniel taking it from Kyle Shanahan, but they get the fullback involved as well. The highest graded Pro Football Focus player, offensive player in the whole NFL was the Dolphins fullback, Alec Ingold.
Alec Ingold.
He's gonna be an all-pro fullback, and it's a fullback. It flies under the radar. He's a fullback, but he is a damn good fullback, and it's just another piece to this Dolphins offense that it's just amazing. I have never seen anything like this in my life as a Dolphins fan. I mean, we have a dynamic offense. We're 7-3 for the first time since 2001. When I was 2001,
you were born.
You were born. That's the point I was going to make.
Yeah.
I have not seen this type of success my entire life. So, from here on in, and I've already pretty much, I don't care. I do care, but, if we lose, I'm just glad we're going to make the playoffs. If we can just win a playoff game, I'm taking that, bro. I have never even seen that.
You've never seen it. Never seen it.
Like
it's been so long.
It's just, I have nothing but good things to say, and it's just unexpected. I expected us to be good, not quite this good, and not quite Tua being the damn MVP. Where I'm sitting up here and I'm listing off these stats, and I'm saying them. I wrote them down, researching it, and I'm like, oh my god, a part of me can't even believe this.
Because
it's just unbelievable.
The fact that I think I'd have to probably sit down and think about it. The Dolphins might have the best duo, as in quarterback and receiver. Really enough that Tyreek Hill and Tua haven't been together that long. I think they get along really well.
100%.
Off the field, they really respect each other. And like I mentioned before, that Tyreek's having that there was no doubt. There was there's people who say that could he be the same without Patrick Mahomes? Because it's Patrick Mahomes. But Tyreek's about to break Tyreek fucking Hill. He's always going to be in the conversation to be in the best. He's
about to break the record, like you were saying. He's coming for Calvin Johnson's head top. He's coming for him.
And if he breaks that, I don't know if anybody else will ever break it. It's one of those things. Is like
I don't know quite about that, because I think it's becoming a more and more offensive league, and it's one of the things. Records are meant to be broken in the grand scheme of things. It probably will be broken, but it won't be broken anytime soon.
Anytime soon, yeah.
And it's one of those things, if you're thinking about the top receivers in the game that could break it, we're talking Justin Jefferson, but the thing that's going to hold Justin Jefferson back, he's an all-time great. He's going to be an all-time great. But there's a difference in quarterback play between Kirk Cousins and Tua. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins, he's good, but Tua's the MVP of the league right now. I mean, Tua, if you told me before the season that we'd be talking about Tua Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen all being in the same conversation, and it's like, it's not slandering Tua. Is Tua just he's right there with them? I would have said, I don't know about that. I would have said, you might be talking, you might be smoking some crack. But here we are.
Now, even now, I picked Josh Allen as my MVP pick. Obviously, I have to give that up. That's probably the one thing it's not happening. Josh Allen's there's almost not, like they would have
They'd have to run the table. Yeah,
Tua would have to retire.
Mahomes would have to continue to fall off.
And
I don't see any. I don't think that's not
happening. But yeah, I think it is Tua versus Patrick Mahomes right now for MVP.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see exactly how that plays out, because I think Tua has a slight advantage because, nobody expected this. It's out of the blue, and he's playing so much better than everyone thought. That might play into the voters' minds. But also, Mahomes, I said it coming into the season, I picked Patrick Mahomes because the narrative was there for Patrick Mahomes. Can he do it without Tyreek Hill? Yes, the answer is yes. They're going to be the number 1 seed potentially. If they're able to lock that up, that could play into it, because, they're the number 1 seed. They're the best team, and Patrick Mahomes is the best player on the best team. It's hard not to make that argument to say he could be the MVP of the league. It's going to ultimately come down to, can Tua continue to make up for? Well, can they keep going like this? But also, can Tua make up for the lost time that he had? Because MVP, Tua, at the end of the day, Tua doesn't, particularly care or whatever. But
he doesn't care for it now.
But in order to win MVP, it's about staying healthy, and you got to have the best numbers and the best statistics. And although Tua is leading in all of these categories, he's going to have to find a way to make up for those 3 games that he missed. Because the voters, they can put in the back of their head he missed 3 games. But when you're comparing Mahomes, who would have played a full schedule, and you're comparing Tua, who missed 3 games, and if Mahomes' stats are just better, you can't just say, well, Tua missed 3 games, I projected he would have done this. You can't look at projections. There ain't no projections. It's based on what actually happened. So it's going to be tough. But I think Mahomes' narrative is great, but Tua's narrative is just even better.
It's different.
It's even better.
It's way different. Yeah.
And ultimately, it's a narrative-driven award, and both of them have great narratives. Tua's is just slightly better, in my opinion.
And I would have to agree at this very moment. Yes.
At this very moment, it's subject to change.
Yeah.
It's weird that we're talking about an MVP candidate, and it's like part of me still doesn't believe he's gonna keep playing this well, because he's just so like I just haven't even fully wrapped my head around it. It's like Patrick Mahomes, you expect this week in, week out. Josh Allen similar, which is why when he doesn't do that, it's a big talking point. Tua, although he's putting himself up there in terms of the numbers, it's like, are we still 100% expecting this yet? Are we at that point? I don't know. So it's just crazy that we're even having this conversation in the grand scheme. Like if you told me at the start of the season we'd be having this conversation, I would have said, well, I wouldn't even have known what this. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, I would have to agree.